In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get started investing in the stock market with just £100. Whether you're a complete beginner or just starting to dip your toe into the market in 2025, this video is for you. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Simone, and I'm just an ordinary person who's been investing in property since 2005 and in the stock market since 2014. The purpose of my channel is to document and share my investing journey and to hopefully inspire some of you to invest along the way and to show you that the stock market really isn't as scary or as risky as some of you may think. To start off, before you even start investing, it's super important to set some goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve with this £100? Are you looking to learn about the market, generate some returns, or just start building some future wealth? Some clear goals help you make better decisions. For example, if you're just getting started, you might want to set a goal like, I want to learn how to choose stocks and how to understand the market, rather than aiming for a quick profit. This will help you to keep your expectations realistic. Next up is risk tolerance. Your risk tolerance is how comfortable you are with the possibility of losing money in the short term. The stock market can be volatile, and as a beginner, you want to make sure that you're not investing money that you can't afford to lose. You want to think about whether you're a conservative investor or whether you don't mind taking a little bit more risk for the chance of making higher returns. Personally, I'm a little bit of a risk taker. All right, let's get into the fun stuff, where to actually put your £100. So we do have a few options. There's individual stocks, ETFs or exchange traded funds, and mutual funds. For a beginner, my top recommendation would be an ETF. But remember, this is not financial advice because I am not authorised to give financial advice. This video is for entertainment and inspirational purposes only. It's important that you do go out and do your own research before investing a penny. An ETF, for those of you who don't know already, is like a basket of stocks. This means you get diversification without having to choose a bunch of individual stocks yourself. I think ETFs are a great starting point because they offer exposure to multiple sectors all with just one purchase. For instance, if you say put £40 of your £100 into an ETF like Vanguard's S&P 500, there are other financial institutions that have funds in the S&P 500, but let's just use Vanguard as an example. I personally invest in the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and this gives you exposure to 500 of the largest companies in the US, and it's one of the most popular, stable options for beginners. Other popular ETFs are, like for example, an all-world ETF, which invests in companies across the globe, or a high dividend yield ETF, which like I invest in Vanguard's VHYL, and I also invest in the Nasdaq 100 ETF, which is the top 100 technology companies in the US. There's hundreds, if not thousands of others, so you can do your research and find one that's suitable for you. So we've invested £40 already. Let's look at the next £30. With £30, you could look into investing into a high growth sector like technology or renewable energy, for example. When we're talking about tech, we're talking about companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Tesla, all of which I invest in. and other clean energy stocks, which I don't invest in, so I can't offer you any examples. These can be riskier, but they do offer higher growth potential. And finally, with the £30 you have left, you could invest that into a dividend-paying stock. This is your safety net. Dividend-paying stocks are generally less volatile than the growth stocks. And in addition, they pay you out a portion of the company's earnings as income. This can be a great way to generate some passive income while you take your time to learn about investing. So here's an example of what a beginner's portfolio would look like. So now you know what to invest in, let's talk about the platforms and tools you'll use to make those investments. There are a bunch of platforms out there that you can use to buy and sell individual stocks and ETFs. And a lot of them have zero or very low commission fees, which, as a beginner, is perfect. In the UK, some of the most popular platforms are eToro, Freetrade, Revolut, or my personal favourite, Trading 212. These platforms are super easy to use, and you can start with as little as £1. And these days, you can buy fractional shares, which means you don't need a lot of money to get started. You can even buy fractions of high-priced stocks like Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, which is great as they cost over £100 just for one share. But it doesn't really matter the number of shares that you own. It's about the amount of money that you invest. Most of the platforms also have educational resources, so you can learn while you invest. Definitely take advantage of those and learn as much as you can. So I wouldn't recommend putting your £100 all into one individual stock. It's really important when you're building a portfolio to diversify into different companies and different sectors. Remember the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's to keep yourself safe and to ensure that your portfolio doesn't take a dive if one particular sector is struggling. But don't stress too much about perfection. The point is to get started. And remember, you're using £100 of money that you can afford to lose. Not that I think there's much chance of that if you're investing in strong companies and ETFs. As you gain more experience, you'll get more comfortable in making adjustments and buying new investments. Now let's talk about risk. And don't get me wrong, I'm not here to sugarcoat things. The stock market can be volatile. There will be days when your portfolio will go up and there'll be days when it will go down. The key here is to be patient and not to sell. And this is why it's so important to think long term. If you leave your investments alone for some time, even small returns can grow thanks to the eighth wonder of the world, compounding. Over time, that £100 could turn into something much bigger. To recap, starting with £100 in the stock market is a great way to get your feet wet. Set clear goals, choose your investments wisely, diversify, and most importantly, be patient. The stock market isn't about making quick profits. It's about growing your wealth over time. I hope you've learned something in this video and it's given you some encouragement, some inspiration to start your own investment journey. Leave me a comment down below if there's something that I've missed out that you have a question about. Put me a like if you've enjoyed the video, and until the next time, thank you for watching and take care.